Hello everyone, Dave here with some thoughts on a pretty cool knife for you guys tonight. Well, as I'm sure a couple of guys, or a lot of guys out there will attest to, and especially you guys like John Wade Colt 45 and maybe Bankmind 80, who have recently gotten into the world of Striders. Congrats guys. I know you guys are really psyched about it and your videos are awesome, so congratulations again, and like I said, welcome to the sickness. Along those lines of the sickness, ever since, the SNG, it's just a fabulous, spectacular knife, and once you experience it like these guys said, and you get it in hand, it really is just an incredible knife, and its size, the way it performs, it is just stellar. The CC version, definitely one of my faves. Maybe we'll talk about some of the other finishes, the double gunner grip, in another vid, but along those lines, once you get used to carrying and using a Strider, it really is just a fabulous, phenomenal knife. Can't speak highly enough of them. They're just awesome. And back in November, when I finally got around to picking up an SMF, it's a whole other world, and I hope you guys will experience that soon. The SMF, it is definitely a larger knife, and you can sort of see the comparison in the other video I did, and Creative Outlet Hobby, he's got a great video comparing an SMF, SNG, and the PT. If you guys haven't seen that, definitely check it out. But the SMF really is just an incredible knife, and after picking this guy up, I wanted to get a hold of another one that I can use, and just because it really is such a, it feels awesome in hand. I mean, it is just a beast, beauty beast of a knife. Just fabulous and spectacular. So a few weeks ago when the East Coast Custom Knife Show came to town, I went with the intended purpose of checking out what the guys had to offer, and definitely trying to pick up an SMF of some sorts, and I was lucky enough that they had a couple of these guys still available at the table by the time I got there. As you guys know and can tell by the title of the video, it is a Starlingear collaboration, and they're just phenomenal. I'm sure you guys might have checked out some of the other videos out there. MacJ Mills X has a beautiful Tonto SNG with the Kamikaze version, just beautiful. But I lucked out, and Strider and Starlingear had teamed up for another collaboration for this custom knife show, and they had this guy, which you saw in there. Sheet's really tight, sorry about that. And it's something that you haven't seen in a while. This is the Greg Everett sheath. This is the second time that Starlingear and Strider have done the company knife, which it's just another version of it. This time, however, they did it in an SMF version. And not only an SMF version, but an SMF Dagger version. I saw this guy on the table, and I was just floored. Thanks out to Josh and the Strider guys that were there. Just phenomenal. It's a beauty of a blade. So without much further ado, let's sort of get into it. As you can tell, it's a CC SMF with the carbon fiber on one side and titanium with that Strider Starlingear laser etching on the back. And this incredible Starlingear, I guess, whatever you want to call it, Starlingear tiger striping in gold laser etching. It's just beautiful. As you guys may or may not know, when they do a collaboration, they produce a brass bead. Now, a lot of the Starlingear beads will come in either in the sterling silver. They've started doing copper beads now, but the brass beads are unique to the Strider Starlingear collaboration, and it's something that goes between the two. It's just representative of the relationship between the two, and you can usually only find them on Strider Starlingear collaborations. And the dual insignia bead, as you guys might have seen in the intro, features both the Strider and the Starlingear insignias, and just very cool. So, for the guys that collect the Starlingear beads, that's definitely something cool. So, as we can take a look at it, the dagger grind on the SMF, very similar to the spear point. Let's bring out the SNG for a quick comparison. It's got a little bit steeper on the belly, and if you'll notice, the swedge on the top that's the main difference. The dagger grind goes down to a much finer point, quicker, with that swedge, but aside from that, that is, the dagger design. So, very cool there. Something unique. And normally, or at least a lot of the SMFs I've seen in the past have been Tonto grinds or Dwayne Dwyer customs with the recurve. So, something very cool there. As you could sort of see there's your Strider and Starlingear logos on one side, and the laser etching design. Just incredible. I'm hoping the camera will do it justice. It's really just incredible when the light catches on it and goes off all the different colors. Just beautiful. I did notice that they did sort of an anodized finish on the Hinderer lock stabilizer. So it is the titanium stabilizer, I believe, but just with a little bit of anodizing there. The pocket clip also, just with that laser etching as part of it. Just pretty awesome there. You know, it is like, I'm sure the guys who are fans of the Starlingear blades will know, they're just stunning when you see it, and when the light catches it, if I could sort of get there, the way it glimmers off of it, just incredible. It's almost a shame it's so beautiful, because, you know, I was looking for an SMF that you could just use and abuse, and to that extent, I will say, I was talking with Jade of Starlingear, and he carries around a beautiful, SNG from The Gathering 2009, and was able to get a look at it, and he was telling me about it, and the way the etching holds up, even under a good amount of use, it was still just beautiful. I mean, you know, and even said it could use a little bit of a sharpening, but other than that, I mean, the laser etching just really holds up. So, you know, the beauty being one thing, it cries out to be used, and it's almost a damn shame not to use it. It is just such a wonderful freaking blade, you know, it's just incredible. To have it as a safe queen, it would, you know, it's one of those things that I'm torn between, you know. I really wanted to use it, but it really is just something stunning. You know, typical SMF construction, otherwise, typical. Your 4 screws, you know, and this one features the same carbon fiber as the other SMF that I did in the other video. So you can sort of see some of the similarities there, what's going on. Different blade shape, there's that Dwayne Dwyer recurve versus the Dagger design. And I was sort of talking about it before, how you could see how much slimmer the recurve is. Not overly so, but it does feel a lot slimmer in hand. But there you could sort of see how much thicker and exactly what's sort of going on with that grind. The Dagger grind versus, okay? I would have to say the Dwyer just cries out to be used a lot more, and I do love this guy. For those concerned about certain knife flaws, the SMF is a big knife, coming in just barely under 4 inches, but that's so borderline, you definitely don't want to get into a dispute about something about that. So definitely check your laws for carrying stuff like that, which I do have to say is a bit unfortunate around here, but you know, it is what it is, so they say. But I am becoming a huge fan of the SMF. I think it's just a great way to go on the Strider design. The SNG is a fabulous EDC utility knife. I mean, it just fits in hand so perfectly and performs so well. But the SMF really is just a beast. Speaking a little bit, you know, let's just talk about Starlingear for a little bit. And I was talking with Jade again, and these beads, being the way they're crafted, this run of this design, they did about 20. They did 20 of them, and Jade was telling me he had to do 30 or so beads just because the way that they're designed, the one-piece design with the engraving and everything, it is so exacting that unless they're absolutely perfect, he just has to toss them. So, you know, you're talking, that's almost 30%, not of waste, but it just goes to speak to, they will not put out anything there that is less than 100%. So, you know, they really are something special. So if you guys are looking for some of the beads out there, know that the quality and craftsmanship that goes into these things, really, it's not your ordinary lanyard bead. It really is something special out there. And, you know, I'm becoming such a huge fan of the Starlingear guys. I gotta thank Jade. Hooked me up with the Bulldog ring. I'm a big fan of English Bulldogs, and, you know, this little guy, it's been on my finger just about every day since. I just love it. It's a huge chunk of metal on the finger, but just awesome. So, you know, much thanks out to Jade from Starlingear. Just fabulous, fabulous creations. Just some final notes on the SMF. If you guys are on the fence about them, I would definitely say give it a shot. Kind of like what Creative Outlet Hobby said. If you're new to Striders, you may want to start out, almost highly recommended to start out with an SNG to get the real feel or get a good feel of what it's all about. And then if you need or want to try something a little bit beefier, go for the SMF. You definitely will not be disappointed. So, that's about it, guys. I just wanted to give you a quick look at it. Highly stoked, highly thrilled about it. Congrats out to the guys again that are just getting into Striders. There's a ton out there that you have to look forward to, and just keep your eyes open and enjoy the ride, okay? I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. So as always, questions, comments, always appreciated. And I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks again. Bye-bye.